Welcome everyone. If you like what you see, hit the follow or subscribe button. It will really help the channel grow. Thanks very much and enjoy the video. We are 41 players on North. Can we beat the captains? I don't know. I'm going to try my best. I'm not in Discord at the moment as well because I don't want to give away the game plan. You'll be able to hear Discord. So I don't want to kind of show off our plan to people that might be stream sniping. The game should be up and running in a couple of minutes time. My goal is I'm sprinting here. I'm going north. We're going to jump onto these patches up here, right? And then we begin the game. I'll try my best to talk to all you guys. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask them. But this is going to be, from start to finish, this is going to be brutal. So this will be a very different stream to the one you guys are used to. I stream myself playing often, obviously, but this is going to be, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But we've started now. 42 people on North. I'm going to grab a few trees along the way because we're going to need some power poles. Not too many. We'll grab a couple of rocks as well on our way, but we're heading northwest up into an area where there are a decent amount of coal. It'll be myself, full frontal, Merrick, and it'll be Zero Sun as well, and we're going to be threat farming. I'm also playing like hard support on this, so yeah, this is going to be fun. It's been a while since I've done this. Perfect. Alright, so here we go. Get a couple of iron smelters down to begin with, and I'll start the coal snake off as well. Let's just drop a bit of wood in there, couldn't give a shit. Right, the gamble. Yeah, give me a second, mate. What I need to do is I need to set up some of you guys as mods so you can set this up yourself. Don't worry, I'm not losing out anything by sticking around doing this. So let me just stick up the gamble real quick. And then we'll get back to it. At the moment, actually, let me just move myself out of the way. This for me is absolute heresy. I hate standing still. But you guys are worth it. You're worth it. I hope. Alright. Who wins? North-south. The plebs or the... You have 30 minutes to vote. Vote's going up now. And good luck to everybody who does vote. Obviously you're voting for us, right? You're voting for the plebs. Yeah? I knew it. Okay, let's get a few more miners up and let's flick back to OBS. I know, dude. Honestly, it's my bugbear. I hate it. Next thing I'm going to do is go fishing whilst we build up some plates. I can handcraft in the background, but I want to start setting up my hotbar as well. This is something I'd normally do instantly, but I think positionally speaking, we need to get into position first, and then we can start working out. You do lose time. So the one thing I want to stress the most about here is when you are in these kind of games, the more you fuck about, the more like you'll lose harder at the end game if you lose minutes at the beginning of the game. So that 30 seconds or 60 seconds where you just stood still at the beginning of a game, yeah. It's all the plebs. Anybody that didn't captain is here now. So we have 42 people. That'll climb to about 50, I reckon. But it'll thin itself out as the game goes on. I'm going to do a lap of the lake and grab as much fish as I can. Obviously, this is a healing mechanic later on, which we will be using and utilizing as we go and fight the bugs. I don't want to stay here too long. I want to be straight up on top of the bugs as soon as I can. But the more sustain I grab now, the better I'll be off later on. And what I may do is do something that you guys don't see often at all, is build up some fisheries. Let me do this. So we'll just build out this iron patch to begin with. Grab some coal. Let's stick coal down here. And I can stick game sounds on. I have no use for points. I have them all. Hey, dude. Welcome. It's all good. Let's build up 2 more and let's get our stone box up and running. So yeah, we hopefully will see a very efficient threat farming outpost from us. I'll try and tap into what's happening across the rest of the map as well. But perfect. It's all good, mate. I've got some boxes for you, and perfect. Right, that'll get the stone up and running. Let's keep bashing away at these trees. And I really hope we can get some research up and running very soon. In the meantime, I'm going to start crafting up some... Best of luck to the play. Thank you. We're going to need it. We're going to need it. The MMR spread is vast. But we've got some good players in our team. However, they have the most skilled players in the server. So it's kind of a David versus Goliath, where the David team also has a Goliath called me. So, yeah, we'll be okay, I think. You know, I've got some hope that we're not going to be in the dark for too long on this. Although we're on POC. Oh, it's a costly thing to do. And again, I don't want to see a lot of people threat farming. Like, the worst thing we can do is throw everybody at threat farming. And yeah, and just get stuck here basically. So at the beginning of most games, we are basically feeding up these smelter cities. Over the course of time, they will just stack up a load of plates inside of them. Right, I need you and you. I need you, and once I finish building, in fact, we'll build up. Build up some science. Let's get some research on. Let's help out main, right? Let's speed up through this early phase of our game by just building a lab and just doing some research here, right? I know it's really simple. We'll move this down the line, but this helps out main. This will throw us quickly through these early researches, and we can get rid of it later on. I can even bring that back down to main if we have enough of them. So, like, just let it happen. Let it research for now. Seems like a bit of a weird play. I get that, but I want to get my machine gun and I want to get moving. I do not want to stay here too long. And we've already been here, stood still for a while, so yeah. Let's throw some more red into there. Let's throw some more power into there. And I don't want to be stripping plates for too much longer, right? These guys need their plates, so I've got a couple hundred on me, that's fine. Machine gun, light armor, and bash out a load of bullets, and we're off. Perfect. So we'll take my fish on here. Best of luck to the hey. We've got 14,000. People are voting for the plebs. I love to see it. And what we're going to do in the background here is cancel out that research, pick up the pace on what we have, and I can kind of backload or backfeed that. But I want to get up here. I want to start doing some damage. We're already far too long into the game. That you know, I haven't got enough kills up here. So I've got some worms I need to be worried about, and a nice little pocket here that I can work within. So down the line, if I can get rid of these worms for sure, I'm just going to run around this area and just cause some damage. Now, if you want the sounds of the game on, feel free. I can turn them on if you like. In fact, I might do that. Go on, let's do that. Settings. Actually, no, I'm losing time. Fuck that. If you guys want sounds on, I'll do it when I die. But for now, I mean, this is it. And it'll change over time, obviously. But POC will dictate us moving into a purple type game near the 1.5 to 2 hour mark. Remember, they have Jimmy on their team as well, which is certainly a bit of a cheat code when it comes to speed. So all I'm trying to do now, and again, I've got my light armor on me, I've got enough fish to sustain this. We are literally just going to surround ourselves with as much threat as possible and try and bash that threat out as much as possible. You know, we want to be at the minus 1k in the first 10 minutes. We want to be, if we can, and with enough people, obviously. I'm going to eventually run out of ammo, so I need to run back. But for now, this is where we're at. 85 RT is a cheat code, by the way. Anybody that doesn't know that guy, holy, that's a name that I haven't seen for years. 85 RT, our Russian friend, doesn't play often, was asked to, you know, not use scripts, to put it nicely, a couple of years ago. Had a script which was auto-placing things like inserters, which made him very quick, but yeah, not allowed. Not play on, unfortunately, in that respect. Alright, we're closing in on minus 600. Once I get close to about 10 mags, I'm heading back. We're decent in terms of healing. The worms hurt. The worms hurt a lot, and we are surrounded by them. So my plan is, once we start to get better upgrades, I don't want to force my team to start throwing down on like fizz projectiles and stuff. Like, don't bother with that. We can just handle this as we go. What we need to do is just get through our research. Don't prioritize me or prioritize us, because it will change. Things will change as we go. Right, minus 680 now. We're starting to build up some smelting lines. Now, it looks selfish that I'm not getting involved in doing this, but don't worry about it. It's fine. We need people on the front line, and that person that will be there is for now me. And if it wasn't me, it would be somebody else, but for now it's me. So it's that hard yards, they say in American football, right? Hard yards. I'll try not to strip out too much of this, and whilst I'm here I may as well top them up on coal as well. Oh, let me know as well if the music is a little bit too quiet or too loud. I've been playing other games, and so I've had to like change my profile basically to match those games. Some of which are, yeah, pretty quiet. So, right, 53 fish down. We're going to be about 50 mags deep, and we go back again. I'll drop back when I get to about 10 mags. Obviously, down the line, I want to be building grenades as well. But for now, for me, I'm going to head up and, in fact, if me and Jarmkill, if we can just slowly but surely chip away in this area, at things like the nests. Things like the bugs and the worms. Spying, great question. I can actually show you that mechanic now, because we need to keep tabs on them. It's not just about what we do as a team, it's about what we can see from them and how we react to their play. Their map is covered at the moment. Let me just drop back real quick away from the threat. I don't want to get myself killed. As you can see, their map is completely covered. I can spend some of my fish to uncover parts of the map where their players are. And yeah, they've gone for the basic science flower. Like, we will keep pace. But as you can see there now, I've spent some fish and we've got some vision of what they're doing. So yeah, it looks like Enkling and Neuro are going to be their threat farming outpost with probably one more player. They're threat farming as well, but not as efficiently as we are. We have more people to throw at this problem. So yeah, that's what we have. We have power in numbers. And we need to utilize that power as long as we have the numbers, because people will drop off, right? Not everybody's ready to play a 3-hour game, 4-hour game. So at the moment, you do, yeah, fish. Fish will give you vision. You can either send all of them or send 1s or 2s. What I like to do is give myself a 30-second window to scan. And what that means is I'm not sat there pondering for too long about exactly what is and what isn't happening in front of me. I'm just there, like, briefly checking in on what they're up to. And then you can make it like an educated guess, like where they are with their research, where they are with their plans and their plays. So I'll go for it. So another underutilized mechanic in the game is one person should really go off and fish and grab the healing for everybody else. That'll be me. I want to try and demonstrate as many different playstyles as possible. I'm probably best placed to be on the front line, but that's not going to make for incredibly fun viewing for you guys. And at the same time too, like, we have enough people here that can pick up the slack on the front line, and I can always come if it becomes too much. So yeah. We'll try and mix things up a little bit. I'm going to go off and fish, though, very quick. This will be boring, so yeah, this will not be the most engaging of gameplay to watch, because I need to head to a really large water body, probably down to the coast. Oh, damn. But when I come back, I'll be able to bring a box of a few hundred, and then from that few hundred fish, we have healing for the rest of the game, hopefully. So, yeah, if you guys have any questions, if you have any comments or remarks, now is the best time to chuck them into chat, because I'll definitely be able to answer them, because I'm going to be AFKing's not the right word, but you know what I mean. Doing some of the busy work that's not particularly fun. And unfortunately, if you're not a drum and bass enjoyer, you might not enjoy the soundtrack to this game. I'll try and mix it up. We'll try and get some hip hop on down the line, maybe some classic rock. But you know, you need a lot of energy to play these longer games. It is a marathon. You'll hear it in my tone of voice, right? If you watch the VOD back, the first 30 minutes compared to the last 30 minutes, I'm going to sound exhausted. I'll still try and keep morale up, still keep chatting away, but it's a slog. This is a chess match at speed. And if we don't adapt to their moves, the way they make them, and the way they play this game out against us, we are just going to get flogged in that end game. So at the moment, my kind of key thing here is to try hard the early game, put us in a really good position, and if naturally we lose the end game because they're just better players, I can concede to that. But you know, at the beginning of the game, certainly we definitely have an advantage here. So what I need to do is make sure I keep tabs on our player count as well. We shouldn't be encountering any entities being damaged. Why? Are we bringing people back here? No. Okay. Okay, we have some green outposts. I love to see it. Do you know what? Thematically, I'm going to be the first one to send. Get wrecked, nerds. Take my green jugs. Deal with it. Am I the first send to the game? No way. Hang on a minute. Let me just check that real quick. I say it every week. I'm the second send of the game, but you know what I mean. In fact, we sent at the same time. Perfect. A 15-minute send. Alright, closing on 200 now. I may get to about 250, 300 should be good for me. Nice little school of fish over here. We'll grab these and then we'll bring them back up to main. What you can do down the line is you can set up little fisheries to pick these guys out the water. And I may set one up just for laugh, just for jokes. As you can see, I'm now back in main. There's nothing I can really do here, so I'm not going to kind of influence main too much. Okay. And yeah, there's a couple of people that are just stood still. That's fair enough. I know Fang's connecting from mainland China, so he's going to have some lag issues for sure. Somebody's picked up. Come on, guys. I don't want to be in main, but if I have to be... Uh, 306, that works for me. This looks nice. We have a belt here ready to go. I'm coming back with a... Alright, so I've gone and fished. Main's building up nicely. We'll spend a couple of these scouting on south. I'll let that vision kick in real quick as I run. 3 minutes of vision is perfect. More than enough time for us to get a read on what they're up to. And ultimately, like, the thing that worries me a little bit here, more than anything, is if we mess around with our research queue. You know, we don't really need shooting upgrades to begin with, right? I mean, we're not fighting anything that's dangerous. Yeah, we get some more efficiency out of what we shoot, but I wouldn't worry too much about going deep into the tech tree at the beginning. Right. Let me build a box. Let me put a few hundred of these bad boys in here. Perfect. Right, build up some mags again. Burner City's going really nicely. Let's get that up and running. Skim this. Plates. And we go back. We carry on. We're at minus 2.4k now. We've got some really nice patches coming into our initial smelting area. I said I'd check out on south. We have a couple of mini bases. Okay, that'll be spam. This is going to be military sign spam for sure. That's just a defensive outpost. They have grenades teched already, so they're ahead of us. Another spam outpost, that'll be mill almost certainly, and then this will just be power, I guess. Power and something else. Okay, main's building up nicely, and we've got some green spam. Perfect. Right, I've just got to do my job. That's literally all I have to do, fulfill what I need to for my team. When obviously we get some grenades up and running, or we have the ability to start using grenades, that's certainly something I want to get into. But yeah, this is what it looks like. It's not that fun. For now anyway, it's a bit of an aggressive use of our resources, but certainly we're doing damage. And as you can see here, the negative threat is you know, dropping effectively, or rising depending on which way you look at it. The number is growing, and that's good for us. It's not good for my balance of ammo, but that's fine. And I need to keep an eye as well on our research too. I want to make sure nobody's judicing the research by throwing in random stuff. Like, we're throwing again, perfect. They're already up to 13%. This is amazing. It's exactly what we need. You know, if we have a couple more outposts that are gearing up to that, getting close to that, then we stand ourselves in good stead. Now again, they'll hit purple easy. Like, it's not even a question whether they'll get to purple or not. It's just what state will their game state be in, how aggressive will their map be, and what kind of pressure will they be facing when they hit that mark. You know, will they be able to capitalize on that, or will they be just defending for their lives? I think if we can pressure them up into that mid to late game, they won't be able to handle it. I think we can rock the apple cart here and take them before they get into an established kind of position of dominance where we are then the hunted rather than the hunter. But we've crested over 3k now. 3k is a great number to sit at. I want to start knocking down some of these larger worms as well on bases. Oh, Inkling goes down. Damn. That being said, I'm also going to go down because I ran out of That's fine. I ran out of mags, so I'm going to steal some coal. Gonna borrow some plates from main, and we still don't have grenades up. Can we work on that? Is that a thing? Is that allowed? Never mind. Never mind. So decent amount of fish on my body. Remaking some mags now as we go. Those mags will be put into a new machine gun that I'll have to make. I'll be able to reach my body for sure because I was kind of dropped back a little bit, but perfect. So I've got a gun. I'll build some armor. I've got some grenades coming in. Mags as well. And we'll go and grab my body back and we'll keep going. Rip that guy. Yeah, calm down, mate. It's fine. I've got no healing on me now. I'll grab this real quick and we'll get some. Picked up an extra gun, 40 mags, and let's start bashing out a load of grenades. And we've now hit our second. Very key milestone here. In fact, let me just demonstrate this to you right quick. Healing is cheap and free. Grenades are cheap. No, not like this. Lag. I did say I was rusty. Not that rusty though, holy shit. I know how to throw a fucking grenade. Alright, we'll snake these guys down. At the moment they don't do a huge amount of damage, so I can allow myself to kind of get low a little bit. There we go. And that's about as simple as it gets. That 3k number now, we can drive really far down. I don't want to spend a huge amount of energy and effort in researching like physical projectile damage if they're not going to push us or send to us. If they start counter-sending, yes, but that should be a reactionary thing. That should not be a set in stone. We must research X, Y, and Z in order to get a certain outcome. So, yeah. And that's how you can slip up in a game. Yeah. Lag, you know, somebody's watching Netflix, it's fine. You know, 4K streaming, it's a great thing to have. But so far so good, you know, I'm happy with the position that we're in. I took a death early on, but I was running out of stuff anyway, so in a weird way it resets me, which doesn't matter. Like, we'll knock another worm down. I need to start heading back because I don't have a lot of mags left. I don't want to waste grenades either. So we'll drop back after killing this guy. And now we go full into grenade play, right? I always want to have about 100 mags on me. That being said, I'm not super duper worried. There we go, perfect. Right, that's all my mags used. I'm not super duper worried now about shooting bugs. Now it's all about just chucking nades. Grouping them up, chucking nades. So down the line I'll need some steel made, but I can do that myself. By grabbing some stone, chucking some plates in. In fact, let's do that for the boys. Let's do that for everyone. Let's cancel that. Cancel all that for now. And let's fill up Smelter City whilst I'm here, because why not? Let's feed the beast. And then the beast will feed us. And it's still very useful. I mean, obviously you want to have, you know, everything automated, but for now, for me, this is looking good. So we're just going to stick down some smelters like this, or some stone furnaces. It really doesn't matter. Like, I know it's a bit chaotic, but whatever. And we're literally just going to make some steel. And I will keep this up and keep feeding this so that we can all end up with some heavy armor. Another good play to make as we're moving towards grenades, where you can explode yourself effectively. Last thing you want to do is yeah, have a bad time. 5 steel coming in. I'm going to need 50, so I'll just let that cook for now. If we've got any spare plates racking themselves up on the line, I'll grab them too. But for now, this is looking good. We do. I'm not going to take from here, but I will take from here. And again, these plays are all very common. You know, we're not doing anything too out there. We're not doing something too rogue. We're literally just trying to facilitate what we can with as little impact on our kind of team's resources as possible. So all I'm trying to do now is just mass smelt some steel. I want to hit 50, change my armor out. Fish box is good. Let's take another 50 into my inventory. Perfect. Grab a few more plates. 1 away. I can swap out my light armor for heavy armor. And then for the next teammate, I'm also going to build another heavy armor so that they can just pick that up when they come back next. Yeah, we are. We are, absolutely. So I want to have us minus 10k as fast as possible. Neuro goes down. This is big for us. This is actually kind of nice. Let's go and just double check. Let's see what they're threat farming with. But yeah, we want to be dropping it to 10k. And yeah, they're grenade. But they're also dealing with mediums. So we've managed to push them to 25%, which is great. Or 20%, sorry. So they're dealing with slightly harder bugs. And we want to get the threat positive. For us, what we want to be doing is driving the threat down. We know for sure that they have players that will want to and be keen on getting to purple as fast as possible. So it's a good question. We want to be at minus 10k, bare minimum. You know, no ifs, buts, or maybes. Like minus 10k for us is a really hefty amount that we can then kind of focus our efforts and energy on doing other things. Let's cap this off, but I love this. We've got a nice grenade box ticking up nicely, so we'll get a few hundred of them. Let's cancel this. And let's work on mags for now. And throw some coal into this. For heavy armor. Cool. So, heavy armor's on. We have, is it? Fuck, heavy armor is now on. I've got a decent amount of stone on me I don't need. I've got 112 grenades. I've got a decent amount of magazines built up. Now comes the play that we want to make. I'm not super interested in having a wall, if I'm being entirely honest. I want to group these guys up. I could, if I wanted to, build a road. I'm not super keen on that either because it's just taking up my time. You know, if it takes me 5 minutes to build that road, that could be a minus 4,000 or 5,000 extra bugs that we could be killing in this area, in this mode. So with the heavy armor, I take less damage, which means I can afford to run out larger groups, as you can see now. With 100 fish on me, I can just group these guys up, bring them back around again, allow them to swarm me. This is the key thing here that a lot of people forget. Allow them to swarm me and throw a grenade at my feet. This will deal maximum amount of damage for one single grenade. So we're looking at efficiencies here, right? And I know you guys like that. You don't want to be wasting resources, energy, and effort. Enkling goes down again, so 2 of their threat farmers now. That's key. And you need to keep tabs on what they're up to as well. I know we've got our plans, but you need to always have one eye at their playstyle, what they're up to. And so far this is good. So as you can see now, the bugs are pretty easy to kill. We're certainly not dealing with the level of strength that their enemies are. And it's looking good. I just need to find like an effective corridor. I think down here to the right. I hope I win too, dude. We're certainly not going to be left wondering if we didn't try hard enough. You know, we're certainly going to know for sure that we gave it everything. One thing I would say, and it's not a cop-out, but the enemy team have some of the strongest players on the server that aren't called me. So as long as we keep the numbers high, and we're cresting close to 50 players here on our team, right? 50 versus 14. It's not bad, man. Not bad at all. So I hope I win too. I also hope my team don't spend too much time investing into strategies that won't help us along the way. You know, I'm in this for the long run, so you guys will, you know, I'll mix things up as I've said. But for now, the key thing that I can add to my team is, you know, chunking this number up by 200 to 300 bugs every couple of minutes, giving us more of a buffer. And we'll be thankful for it. This will only pay off in the late game. You know, this will only pay off when we get to the end of the game and the enemy team can't chip into our large buffer that we've created. So, yeah. We continue on. I'd like to use defenders, but we don't have to. Like, defenders is a luxury that I don't think we should tech into this game. I'd like to get, you know, military upgrades, etc. But again, we don't need them. We don't need them. Grenade is life, right? Look at that, boom, go away. Deletes them. And I did say I'd pop into chat as well, so I'll drop into Discord down the line and ask how everybody's doing. It appears to me like the spam is working. I need to get rid of this rock. Let me just do some mining real quick. That is definitely in the way. And overtime. Yeah, this will pay itself off. I know you guys are used to having commentary across the board, so I'll take a look across the map as well. But I'm very cognizant of, and I'm sure you guys are too, that the enemy team are probably watching. And I haven't put my stream on a delay, so whatever they see now is what is currently happening in-game. Now, many would argue that why would you need to stream snipe if you're that good? And I would say, yeah, fair point. But they're here. Trust me, they're here. I know they are. And welcome, South team. We're definitely not threat farming. Don't worry about it. I'm not up to anything sneaky at all. In fact, this area is great. If I can kind of clear this area out, we could make a really nice little corridor that we can just continually run problems into. Yeah, I like this. Let's try and make this home for a while. And yeah, we've just got to have faith, right? I don't really have enough time to check back in on main. So we've just got to keep the faith, right? I'm sure they're up to the challenge. I'm sure they're up to the task. Damn, what I would give for an upgraded grenade. Holy shit. And the Southern Spies. You're right though. It's true. They do like to win these games. Do you know, if you're going to play a game for hours and hours and hours on end, you try and give yourself every advantage as, you know, humanly possible. Some people go for the unfair advantages, and if they need that, then fine. But I'll know, and they'll know, you know. It's like cheating in a video game. You know you're not that good. You know, you have an aimbot, something that's locking you onto people's heads, giving you free headshots. Nah, you're not that good. I am. I don't need an aimbot. But yeah, so far so good. We're at minus 6k now. I'd like to hope that we can keep driving this further in. And I need to just make sure that we have enough healing as well. And Black Zero goes down, dude. Rough. It's rough. That's why, you know, take an adult. Was it that Ralph Wiggum meme? Chuckles, I'm in danger. Around me you are, mate. I wouldn't come here. I wouldn't come here unless you're ready to be here. Because again, this is not, it's not for the faint-hearted. And although most people can do this for like 20, 30 minutes, imagine doing this for, well, we'll see it happen today. A couple hours. Damn, the lag's real, dude. Holy shit. Don't die, don't die, don't die. Don't fucking die. What is going on? Let me do something real quick. Let me disable my preview. Alright. If I go down to lag, that's one thing. Skill issue is another, but lag is a completely separate issue entirely. But never mind. We carry on. We're at 6.7 now. We want to drop that number to 10. So we're in this for the long haul. I will explain to anybody new who's watching why I'm not building things, even though this game is about building things. So don't worry about that. This mechanic is, yeah, slightly overtuned. So we're going to play to that strength. I also want to see what the rest of our threat farmers are doing as well. We're pushing them to 25%. I like that. Exactly. I'm building a win. I know it doesn't look like much, but trust me, it's this is very, very useful. This is one of those intangible things that it's really hard to put a price on, hard to put like a number on it of how useful this is until you get to a point where you wish you had it. And at that point, it's almost always too late. So, and I say this every time, like, threat farm every game needs to happen, and pressure every game needs to happen. Like, yeah, sure, they're at minus 4k, that's fine. They have to commit people to that playstyle, otherwise they're going to get run off the map. But what we're doing now is we're gaming the system because they're not going to have enough people to spam or to throw spam at them. So we're effectively building up a nice buffer for us and an eventual collapse for them. Right? Because I know he can threat farm, right? There's nothing wrong. It doesn't take anything special to threat farm, but you know, we've already seen 2 deaths on their front. You know, avoidable deaths. So yeah. And at a particular point in time, 51 versus 14. Look at that. 50 people on the same team. How about that? Let's create a few more mags just to be safe. And yeah, are we getting any pressure from them at all? Doesn't look like it. Well, one thing you can do to try and trigger more waves to come at you is to tickle the base, right? So you want to kind of shoot the base a little bit, and that should draw a couple of waves that are sat behind and kind of trigger them onto you as well. So again, it's all about efficiency, you know. I like efficiency. This is key here. Drag them in, drag them back. Nah, we don't need that. It's silly. I'm old school. I don't need a road. Also, can we not blueprint here? Because, yeah. I need to be able to see what I'm doing. I don't need a big load of blue on my feet. I know a lot of newer players like to build roads and stuff. That's fine. 27%. You'll love to see it. Also, I don't need help. I'm sorry, buddy, but you need to find your own spot to be in. This is not safe for you. maybe he's not aware, and that's fine. You know, this guy's kind of new. But if you're anywhere near me, you're in danger here. If you know, like, you don't run into these really dangerous areas without being able to survive them. Like, been here for about 35 minutes. Died once to lag, definitely. You know, blaming lag on that one. But like, if you die often here, just leave it to me. You know, I'll take care of this. You go off and do other stuff. You know, help build up the defensive base. Make the most of your talents. And if it's not here, it'll be somewhere else. Mine's here though, for sure. Alright, running low on mags. Fish is looking good. Group up another lot. Oh yeah, dude, we'll take a look at our production stats as well. But we're cresting close to that 10k mark, and we're not going to stop until we hit it. And with more than enough grenades and more than enough bugs, we just need them to respawn in fast enough. And you can see here, like, this is the general line of the game, right? You know, we're running up and down, backs and forwards. Do you know what? It forces you to focus by doing it this way. I know what you mean, Fraggle, 100%. However, you can certainly switch off on games like this and get too used to pressing buttons. And if you fat finger incorrectly, then you go down. So for me, it's a way of, whilst I play, it keeps my brain engaged. It's almost like coffee, right? It's like caffeine. It just keeps me wired in a little bit better than just like slowly kind of getting lulled into a false sense of security. So whilst I appreciate hotkeys are obviously the way, I like it. It keeps me going. That being said, I am slightly low on mags. And no, do not, we stay here. Skill issue. Hang on a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Is my own chat throwing shade at me? If you have a look next to my name, you'll see Minister of Defense. And I know many of you play this game, but I don't see many of you having that title. So, yeah, that was my... when I was playing constantly, I was labelled or nicknamed the Minister of Defense. For this exact reason, by the way. We would win 7-8 hour games off the back of starting this up as soon as possible. So I have some of those games on recording. Unfortunately, the quality is not that good, but I definitely want to kind of show you some of the more old school games from like a year or two ago, because they're different to this. You know, this meta is very different. Purple is overtuned to hell. It's easier to build rockets now too. And we've got people that are just mitigating playing defense for just building fast, which you couldn't have done. You could not have done that a year or two ago. You could not neglect a certain portion of the game because you think that your speed will cover up for that. It won't. However, we are closing in on that 10k mark. When that happens, I will dip back in to the defensive base, top up on grenades. I might go fishing again because people are going to, like, unfortunately, because this guy's dying a lot, he's using a lot of heals. So as you guys remember, I went and fished earlier on, grabbed a few hundred. As you can see, I'm not pumping healing at the moment. But he may be, so he might be kind of slightly not using the resources as intended. And we've got Ace Frog here too, perfect. Right, so we're cresting close to 10k. Let me go back and grab some mags, and then I'll take a quick overview of the game as to where we are and what's going on. That's all good. I can refish. That's absolutely fine. In this box we have 150. That's perfect. I'll grab 50 of them. I don't need that many. Stick you there. Let's keep this going. It's always useful to keep this topped up. We will also scout the south real quick to see what they're up to. I mean, I could have just asked chat. Chat, you guys are all on south anyway. So how's it going down there, guys? Neuro, Carl. How's the south? Let me get back into this. Let me build up some mags real quick. Okay, that'll turn into, yeah, that'll turn into blue chips. Threat farming is going okay for them, but they're having to use cars now. That's kind of big. If they lose those cars, it's good for us. Only sticking to grenades for now. Perfect. So they have a car factory. Main base is red-green still, and they are probably looking to turn on down the line. purple. Am I missing anything here? Is there any spam at all? No. What? So yeah, that's clearly going to be blue. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Like, they're playing weird. Not any spam from them. I mean, it's kind of cocky, right? They can afford to, though, if they want to. They can afford to do it. Either way, it doesn't really matter to us. It doesn't change our plans, doesn't change our plays. Let's grab some more grenades. And we carry on. Basically, yeah, that's about it. We have a nice amount of fish. Nice. Let's get rid of this coal for now. Let's grab a few more plates out of here. Let's take a look across our map. Main is looking okay. We're flying at the moment. Yes, lads. Let's go. Perfect. And mill is close. Minus 10k to their minus 7, but remember they're dealing with much stronger bugs. So that those green sends are helping. They absolutely are. We've sent 4k green across to them. And it's interesting, we just sent 300 and it hasn't registered here yet. Never mind, I'm not going to get too hung up on that. We go again. We carry on. Is there a new area I can farm? Should I go up here? I feel like everybody kind of crowded around me. Like, we need our own space, guys. We can't all operate in one tiny little block of... own tiny little block. You should be able to operate independently outside of... He says. Whilst getting dumpstered by some worms. Alright. That's a problem. But one thing I'm glad that we're not doing is pumping shooting upgrades. Okay, so we can't really be here for now. Okay, where did you go down? Let's just back this pressure off real quick. Okay, as long as you don't bring them in, I'm okay with it. Or do I go around this lake? I've got to go around the lake, right? I can't be here. There's too many people here. Yeah, we go around the lake. We'll grab some fish along the way. Damn, dude. FPS. Shit. To be fair, mate, we've got the numbers. We do have the, we've got enough people. 49, close to 50 on our team. I don't know why, but I should not be lagging at all here. Yeah, we'll farm up in this pocket. Let's just detonate some trees real quick. It's a complete waste. No, leave me alone. Like, find your own spot, mate. Ah, fucking lag. Jesus Christ. The one thing that's going to put me out on this is incessant joins and rejoins and my own lag. Let's drop a few buildings as well, if we can. Damn, grenades are useless against buildings. Without the upgrades, obviously. Fuck's sake. Lads, can we figure this out, right? There's people are getting dropped and picked up non-stop here. If you're getting dropped in the first 30 minutes of a game, I would argue you're not going to last another 10. So, like, don't keep doing this. Try once or twice, and if it doesn't work out, just go and join a stream. Otherwise, we're just sat on that screen forever. Alright, now that I've been left alone, we can make the most efficient play happen possible. So we're going to grab a load of bugs. Obviously, we're not worried about them hitting us at all. Grab a few more up. Make the most out of this one individual grenade that we have. If we need to, we'll pump some healing. let them swarm us, and blow it up. Simple, right? Very simple. And we do it again. Ad nauseum until we've won. Some great open space here. Perfect. Nah, bruh. Why? Oh, I need to change positions again, dude. I go to one spot, people come. I go to another spot, people take my bits. We need to spread out. We need to spread out. Like, this will not work if we're all in one area. There's no way we can spawn enough of them and kill enough of them. So I need to leave here and find a new area. Which is a bit of a shame, really, because it's a bit of a waste of time. But I can't. Down here, probably. Yeah. Here. Has to be here. Away we go. And again, I don't want to be running now. I want to be fighting. I want to be killing stuff. Ultimately, you know, the way that we win this game is everybody's working all the time throughout the entirety of. Running speed commands this early on. Interesting. Yeah, look at these lazy guys in cars. I don't know. I'm going to fight this, the tip of this this pinnacle area down here. We'll fight off the worms down here. Blow up a lot of the trees down here. So I'm lagging again. Damn. What can I do? I mean, I could turn off Discord. Yeah, oh fuck, maybe I've got to just... Alright, let me turn off Discord real quick. I know I said I needed to get into chat later, but we'll do that later. Right now, something is tearing through my my connection. So I'm going to bang them down, get rid of you, and we'll start working on these worms. Military 3 is coming in, which is great because that means we can start utilizing poison capsules. A fantastic bit of kit. I just, like, leave me alone, dude. Serious. I'm trying to do some work here and I'm getting, like, peppered at the moment. And I know why, like, they all want to be helping, but, like, I don't need help, I need space. The same way that you'll need space, you know, if you do this too. I'm not moving again, dude. That's like the 4th position. Like, let me cook. Literally, let me cook. Been here for a while. Alright, I've got 3 more to get rid of up here, and this is a prime area for farming. Right, and then worms up here, so I can farm up to and around this area. And as far as I'm aware, right, grenades will just one-tap trees now. Perfect. Just gonna get rid of this guy for now. We don't, unfortunately. Well, we can if we want to go for red ammo, and it is very strong. But what tends to happen is we move towards either defenders, which are quite expensive, or we go for poison capsules, which I think is the way we're going now. If you go for defenders, you need to go through a couple of extra researches that will force you to increase your follower count, for instance, and all of that is time. Something that we don't have against the enemy team at the moment. They are going to be ahead of us for sure. So I like the idea that we're going straight for poison caps. I can't show you them right now, but I'll show you them when they come in. Okay, yeah, we're just down to grenades now. That's fine. And red ammo is just, it's very similar to like red belts. I mean, they're good, but they're just kind of too expensive and kind of time consuming to make as well. So it's not the most efficient use of your time. But they will down the line if you need them and if you have them. Yeah, sorry, you need red ammo for them, but what I mean is you don't swap your yellow ammo in your gun for red. You keep it up. You know, you keep using yellow until the game is basically over. Or until some absolute legend decides to make uranium ammo out of nowhere, because they can. But that being said, it's we're kind of far from that point now. %, though, it's kind of uncomfortable for them. I'm going to go and reload on everything. We're going to go put a bit of a shift in now for the mid game. Right, there we go. Offer up some services, see if anybody needs help with anything. And you never know, somebody might be struggling that needs help. We can offer that up. There's enough people threat farming now for us to continually push that number in. Fine, threat farm it is, alright. Bet. Give me some plates. More plates, more dates. Let's queue up a load of ammo. I said I'd threat farm anyway, it's fine. I'm just ruminating on where we go from here with what we see from them. Again, blue chips, we could be looking at yellow, in fact it'll be yellow. Poison soon, new toys. I like that, I'm into it. My question is they are closing in on, let's get full vision of this. They are going to be closing in, they're going for defenders. There you go. There's no way they've gone for defender research now, like follow account and stuff. They've probably gone deep into tech, so. And again, I'm fine for this. There's two of them doing it. There's power and another oil block. Main base has up to blue, but no mill. This is moving towards any kind of spam. Again, they're going yellow spam, dude, 100%. I think it's... the shot caller's on Team Plebs. Very good question. Oh, you'd love to see it. Let's take the first few. Sorry, let's do this real quick. I love me a poison capsule. Nope. Purple signs. Oh, I love it. 55 minutes in. Sticklord sends 56. Nice, purple. Let's go. So let's take a look at what those 56 purple jugs did. They jumped their evolution up by 3.2 points. We're in a fantastic position now to win the game because their threat farmers are going to be under siege once we hit 50. So obviously the plan is to continually and consistently evolve the bugs up, but what I do want to see us do to them is to force the pressure beyond 50%. Purple can easily get them to 80 and potentially with enough of it to 90% to force the behemoth spawn, but we are now on the clock. They're going to close in on either rockets or yellow. We have purple. How much of it? I don't know. How many outposts are making it? Yellow Carl. There we go. Yeah, of course. So with these poison capsules, we need to try and get as much efficiency out of them as possible. So I'm going to start ringing on some bells, bringing the bugs down, forcing them through this gap. Because as you see, they'll die out very fast. And I don't mind being here, right? I don't mind churning through some heals. We need to be bringing a consistent amount of packs now. And this is where I think having a car will be beneficial for me now. But as it stands, I can make a couple of plays here. Because what you'll notice as well is these poison capsules burn out the worms, and that builds up your threat farm too. So it's a really nice play to make. Having these this early is fantastic. And as you can see, the worms are getting low, and that'll just jump us up even further. So yeah, I'm really liking the position we're in at the moment. I'm very happy. I don't want to take all of the poison caps straight away because I'd rather like leave some for other people so that we can do this across the board. But so far so good, you know. I'm happy with this. I said I'd threat farm. I know you guys are used to kind of seeing a good brief overview of the map. We'll do that in a second because I want to grab a drink. But I think for the opening hour of the game, I'm comfortable that we have done as much as we could do, with the exception of 1 or 2 deaths in our team, as well as me needing to reposition because people are just taking up my space. That's fine. There's lots of new players here or newer threat farmers. You can operate 1 or 2 in the same spot, give or take, but you need to work north, south, east, west of each other, right? You can't literally be farming the same pieces. But I like where we are. Team pleb so far, yeah, we're living up to it, mate. And I considering like the south are going for defenders, it looks like. And again, we'll check in on that as we go. Yeah, we could be on for a winner here. We could catch them napping. Another almost 100 jugs goes across. They're over that 50 mark. Perfect. And I will not be happy. If one of my own team runs me over in this game, I will not be very happy. Imagine being in a football game and running over Ronaldo. How sad would that be? The good Ronaldo, by the way. I know there's been like 50 of them. But the one with the weird haircut. You know the one I mean. The one that was really, really good at kicking the ball. That guy. Cool, right, let's head back, grab fish, reload, get more poison caps, and I'll do a quick rundown of the map itself. I don't think that is game winning or losing, so we'll do that. We're only fighting 8.8% bugs, but we are going to look at... I love the power block. Good question. I should have asked this earlier. There's no point in walling. I mean, if we haven't started walling now. Let me do 2 things as well. I was going to turn on the game sounds so you guys can hear stuff. And, do you know, I'll take all of them. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to kind of, rinse it, but let's help you out real quick. Skim some lines. And coal is a slight issue here. But we can work on that. And good job everyone that's been involved in doing this. This is really nice. Really, really nice. And we should be churning out these poison capsules. So, Yeah, that's just it. My main problem is that I see this often is people kind of overly steal from chests, and then you turn up and there's like 4 capsules to take, and you're like, wow. Somebody's run off with like 500 and you've got 4. Okay, this seems convoluted, but it's working. Big smelting going on here. The enemy team are not yet at yellow, so obviously research is slightly hindered for them, but they're ready to go. They're primed. Potential rocket. Yeah, they're going to go for rockets, aren't they? Damn, we need to get to behemoths quick. Yeah, as long as we know that we're not doing walls, I'm alright with it. This is a new way of playing that I'm supremely uncomfortable with. Where's Trilliban? No, I can't do follow command from here, can I? Oh damn, we've got people messing around with outposts. Unfortunately, I can't really spend too much time thinking about that. I need to grab some more fish. And then potentially start thinking about grabbing a car too. But we're good. No, dude. That's all you. I'm good. I'm good on foot. You take it. Hold it for now. Hold it for now, mate. It's a good idea, of course, to have some extra cars too. But for now, I'm not too worried about myself needing to kind of pad out here. Once I'm set up, you can pretty much set and forget me. Let me go. Let me change the music up real quick. I'm happy with how we're going. Let's stick something a bit more chill on, right? We're in that mid game now. And we can breathe deeply We've escaped the initial sprint out of the blocks. We're cruising into the mid. We've gotten into our pace, into our rhythm. We're cruising through. And all we have to do now is just make sure that we keep our focus and don't change our path too much. Like, we know what we're up to. We know what we do and don't do well here. So I just want to make sure I create some kill corridors with these poison capsules. Don't overlap them too much. And just start chipping away at the internal structures within the bug areas. Keep the buildings, kill the worms, right? Oh yeah, I was going to send some sound on as well. Master. I don't know if this will come through, by the way. So either this will come through really loud or it won't come through that loud at all. I'm not entirely sure. It's not, no difference. Okay, I'll work on that. I'll work on that next time we... I need to set up an audio channel. For any of you listening right now that aren't hearing what's happening, it's pew 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 pew. Right? Only the best streaming experience on my channel, guys. That's good. Yeah. I mean, I never play with sounds on, mostly because the alerts are so frustrating to play with, right? At the end of the game, everything's on fire anyway. You just don't need to hear it. You know that there are some issues. So if you don't mind, I'm going to turn it off again. I don't need to hear all of the updates. But when we do Space Age, we'll turn it all on. If I'm honest, even when I play Dota, I don't turn the sounds on anymore. I don't need to hear it. I've seen it all before. You know, you have like a spidey sense as to what's going on around you. That takes decades to cultivate, right? You know, you need to have seen it 1,000 times before you can call it. So, how am I making the most use of this? Right, let's clear the way. I know, dude, I know. But the thing is, I don't really care much for it because you got to remember, like, I'm going to be listening to a machine gun going for and grenades being thrown for like over 2 hours. I might run a bit of Space Age after this, by the way. I'm not entirely sure. I need to take a break once the game's over because it's going to be tough. We're either going to win hard or lose hard. And with the way things are going on the enemy team, I don't want to say we're in a bad shape, but we're not in the best position because we're just throwing small amounts of purple. And they should potentially get their yellow up in time if their research is solid. Their threat's also farming up well, but, you know, that's to be expected. They've got some good threat farms on their team. So I need to kind of think about, like, yeah, where are we going to go from here? Because we don't have any base defenses, right? Why are we doing this? So, I mean, we're at minus 30k. Like, can't really complain about where we're at. Because so far, so good, right? Big worms. These are definitely worth getting rid of. I might go down here. Nope. Dad. Never mind. Death too. Damn. Luckily though, I've gotten some poison in and around that area, so when I come back, I know, press F to pay respects, guys. It does happen. I do go down. Do not adjust your TV sets. We'll get that back. That's a very recoverable position, especially considering we had poison capsules in the area. I'll go and grab some more, grab some light armor, and we'll be back up and running before you know it. And since I'm on my way, up to purple science and research, perfect. Please don't tap perfect. We're not going in for the shooting upgrades. We don't need them. Don't need them. It's a waste of our time to go there. So the enemies sit at 64%. We're quite far away, I feel. Oh, I can do some fishing, great. Quick breather here, I'll do some fishing, grab a drink. We are in a good position to get them to 90. Beyond that, I think they might pressure us. This buffer, I'd like to get us to 50k. Feels about right. They've only sent 13 packs so far. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't think they would rush or spam. If we didn't rush or spam though, we are dead in the water, right? We're dead to rights. 50 people on Team North. Winnable position for sure. Yeah, if we can afford not to do this. Pretty simple. Okay, what do I have? Can you help me get my body? Oh damn, I'm dying already. He's gonna lose his car. Oh damn, dude. Okay, right. We've zigged when we should have zagged. I think Ace Frog is in a world of pain right now. If I throw a single grenade anywhere near him, yeah, that's fine. I'm alright with that. Let's just not bring them all the way in, mate. Let's you know, let's kill them off. Never mind. Never mind. It's fine. There's plenty more where that came from. Yeah, extra vehicles, perfect. It happens, you know, it happens. When you play the longer versions of these games, you're going to have like the odd brain, you know, fart. Let's get a couple of these. Couple of these. And I want to go in with something slightly better than the armour that we've currently got. Cool. Damn, all of this just to recover my body. What a fail. So 66% in, close to 20% like moving in and around that area. I need to grab my body back, but luckily Ace Frog and Marich are clearing the way. And again, just went a little bit too deep, which is fine. No risk, no reward is the way I look at it. It's a good job they haven't covered the entire area with poison gas. Cheers, boys. Perfect. So yeah, checking in on the enemy soon. I want to start bashing down some of these buildings as well. Like, let's start forcing the bugs back, physically out of the map. Let's start doing that now. I've got enough grenades and I don't have any use for them, so... Alright, boys. We'll do a couple of poison capsules around it. Not kill anything running in. And then we're just going to sit here and grenade for now. Perfect. I should spawn them in, kill them off. Right. I can do this kind of like in quite a chill way. I only have to worry about one or two coming in up onto me, me personally. 41,000 to their 20. So we're doubling their threat farm at the moment. Obviously, bonus. That second one not throw? Am I stupid? And let's get rid of some of these buildings for sure. %, perfect. Slowly ramping it up. Slowly. Slow being the operant word, obviously. Do I want to build some slow capsules? Not particularly. Not until we start seeing much larger bugs. I'd like to be able to get a bit deeper in. There we go, that'll do. And for any of you guys that didn't think that you'd be watching Factorio today listening to soul music, it happened, you know. One thing I haven't said is thank you for joining me for anybody that's new, that isn't too sure what's going on. This isn't the usual programming that we have on the weekend. I just haven't played in a while. So I thought I'd jump in on one of the games. And this game in particular is basically the entire server versus the captains from the last tournament. So we want to beat them. They're not that good, right? How can they be? How can anybody be that good? Well, you're watching how somebody can be that good, obviously, right now. But yeah, we're going to try and beat them. And obviously we have unlimited numbers. They are limited in their numbers, as well as limited in their connection, because it seems like the soldier and Enkling might eventually tap out due to the lag. Modesty is the key here. And I fear for this guy's safety. He's got a pistol. Yeah, dude, you are not in the right spot right now. Is he literally just using a pistol? Dude, you are in very dangerous territory right now. 45k, let's go. Let's go. Let's keep pumping that number up. These are rookie numbers. You know, we've all been in games where you can get to like minus 100, 200k. And that's where we want to sit. We want to be in those comfortable areas. Not in this uncomfortable sub 100k. I've got spare grenades I need to get rid of, so we're just going to bash down these buildings. Beyond that, yeah, we just keep going. It doesn't stop. I appreciate it's not the most engaging gameplay too. I do, but there's being entertaining and then there's winning, and I don't know how entertaining winning is, if that makes any sense. Like whether you guys would still be having fun whether we win or lose. Regardless, it's just a game. But if I'm going to commit a couple of hours to this and play hard, I'm playing to win, boys. As should anybody and everybody. But mostly, you know, if you're gonna commit this level of energy and effort to something, try and get the dub. Perfect, right, should I craft a couple of these bad boys? Yeah, may as well. Some slow capsules will work down the line. 76, the pressure continues. 14% away from behemoths, and their threat is not healthy at all. They are... Now, do I pop into Discord and have a quick chat with everybody, or do we just carry on? Because I don't want to distract anybody. You know, I don't want to distract anybody and get in the way and start chatting it up, because I am very chatty, and I don't have to do a lot of like thinking right now. I just have to do a lot of, you know, monotonous tasks over and over again. So maybe I don't dip into Discord, because we're at that point now. 81%, let's go. We're 9% away from behemoths. I'm going to support them from text chat. How about that? There we go. See? I would normally be in chat and making sure that I communicate with everybody. But yeah, I don't want to be a distraction here. You know, the last thing I want to do now is, whilst we've got our foot on the gas, is go, hey guys, how's the game going? You know? Talk to me right now. What's going on? How's the outpost going? Nah, dude. Lock in. Let's get a dub. And we're cresting now 60k threat. And again, we're only at 10% bugs, right? They're at 80, we're at 10, 11 now. So to all the main base builders, all the outposters, really well done. Very nicely played. You know, everybody has their part to play in this symphony of victory. What a great saying. I've never... Symphony of victory, eh? Maybe that's what we call the title of the YouTube VOD. I participated in a symphony of victory. A cacophony of victorious plays. It's good. And I know that there are people on the south that are currently watching, trying to stream snipe 100%. There's a reason why I'm not going over the map every 5 seconds, like looking at what we're doing, and it's because Carl is definitely stream sniping. I'll ask him at the end of this game if he was, and he'll say no, he wasn't, but I definitely know he's here. That's right, Carl. Type 1 in chat if you're not Carl. Okay, closing in on 60k. Where can I do some more damage, right? Out here, to the right? Gotta be careful. Everyone is Carl. We dream of attaining the levels of efficiency that Carl has managed to achieve. He's here, boys. He is here. He is among us. And it's fine, mate. You know, if you need to have the soothing dulcet tones of an Englishman who just threat farms all game, talk to you as you slowly lose a game on South, that's fine, mate. It's not personal, by the way. It's just professional. I don't like losing. But losing's okay. It's part of life, you know. We learn things when we lose. Like how not to make those mistakes again. Right, let's take a breather. Let's take a quick drink. I want to probably get some more grenades. I am in decent shape. Is there any part out here? It's got to be, right? Is this untouched? I've got to start moving out into this area. Right, we're going to do two things. We're going to grab a car for now, for sure. Car is definitely needed. We're at 62k now, minus. The enemy are at 84%, 6% away from behemoth bugs. We'll check in on them through vision real quick. Do a bit of scouting. And pressure continues, 84.3. You'd love to see it. And we're dropping a couple of people purely because the game is now closing in to kind of the mid to end game. That's absolutely fine. Where are they? Struggling. Bugs are on top of their stuff. And they're at minus 6k now. We've got them. We've got them by the balls. They're piping blue chips back here. For yellow. Yellow science. Alright, we just got to send it. We have to send it now. Not the signs, but we as a team need to get right on top of this. And we need to get that to like minus 100k. It doesn't matter what they have. It doesn't matter how much yellow they send if we have a buffer. And this is the only saving grace we have, right? Their threat is slowly climbing. The evolution is handily climbing up and up and up and up. We can't afford to lose anything or slow down effectively now. We need to keep pushing. I need a car. I need to go to a new area that we haven't threat farmed in before. And the pressure's on now, you know, it's on us. The win is in front of us. We can see the end game here. We just need to make sure that we just get them. Look at that, 3% with 3 away. Sorry, boys. I'm going to take 200 of these. Because, yeah, reasons. Well, I'm not going to come back. We should now potentially win the game with me not needing to go return to this base. We're so close. I know, dude. It's such a travesty, isn't it? It's such a weird thing. I hate not having walls in my base. Genuine. It's not. I don't feel comfortable with it at all. But it appears to be working. What's happening here? What way? Right, car down. Fuel in. So yeah, 3% away from behemoths. They're at minus 5k. It was minus 10k for them a couple of minutes ago, right? So their threat is halving. Halving or halving. I need to go to a brand new area to threat farm. I need to pop as many. Goodbye forever. Well, hopefully by the time we meet up back on Spectator Island, we'll have a win. That's the key here, is that we'll have a big W to celebrate. So I need to go to an area with worms now. We're gonna, oh damn. All right, get out the car. So far, so bad. Hey, whoa, leave it alone. Do I need to build a repair pack now? Damn. Oh god, leave me alone. And the reason why we're looking for worms is when we kill them, they add to the threat quite highly. So we can really jump our threat up a little bit just by finding a new unfarmed area like this and throwing down here. So yeah, we're gonna fix this bad boy up real quick. Well, actually no, we're gonna farm up the current existing bugs, drag them into our death box. And then we're gonna move in down the line, so. No thank you, sir. I do not want to be bitten. Okay. Let's heal up. Let's put some fuel in this bad boy. I like the new driving they've got in this game, but I'm not entirely comfortable with it, so I might not stick with this. I just need to get close enough to start getting rid of some of their worms, right? This is fine. They're at 0.2% away. Holy shit, guys. We're nearly there. We're nearly there, and they cannot handle that. Right, I'm doing this on foot. Fuck this. I'm a traditionalist anyway. So yeah, now it's just about finishing this off. I like the fact that we didn't go defenders. We didn't need to go down shooting tech as well. That's kind of comfortable for us. The plan now is to get into this area and bash these worms out really easily, really nicely. And obviously kill anything that spawns in. I'm not too worried about the bases. I do like to knock the bases down. They do jump the threat down quite heavily, but 78k now, we need to get to about minus 100k to be very safe. You know, to be comfortably safe if they start spamming yellow at us. It might be that they're going for like a 1k yellow send, and if that's the case, we're on the clock here a little bit. But then so are they, right? We're at 90% now, so they have behemoths. Behemoths are on the cards. And again, this is where their threat farmers are going to feel the pain, right? There's no way they can keep doing what they're doing unless they have a card that survives, which they won't. You know, I know Neuro, he's a great guy, big fan. But there are certain nuances and certain things that you do at the end of the game that put you in the best mode of winning. And I don't think they're going to have enough slow. I don't think they're going to have enough poison to sustain and maintain an endgame behemoth kind of defense. So, can we not bring bugs into? Just don't do it. If they're close to a base, they'll aggro no matter what. We're threat farming so that we have no aggression on the map, right? So just don't bring them. Like we're in such a commanding position now. Small misplays like that. Like let's say those bugs go and tear through a base because they got bought there. All right, we're nearly in positive now as well. So 1k. $81 for us. Let's go up, get some of these worms. Thrown at our feet, move through. %, you'd love to see it. Now I do want to head over to the south and take a look, but anything that we do now that slows us down doesn't give us any chance of, like, we're just giving them time if we start checking out the other side, right? So unfortunately, when they explode, I'll see if I can keep tabs on that, but they're in positive now. Oh, what a great spot. This is amazing. What an amazing spot. I didn't even notice this was here. Yeah, we can drive a few thousand down here now. Why not craft? It's a good idea. We do have somebody in the defensive base that is crafting cars, but I believe, or my thinking, and it's a good question, Iron Fist. My thinking is here now that the game is close to being over, and with the resources I have on me now, I should be able to stay out here without needing to go back home. That's my plan. It may change, but we're managing to do a lot of killing in this area, which is perfect. So, but yeah, normally you'd want a couple, 2 or 3 on you just in case. That's why I've got some repair packs just to kind of... Enkling goes down. This is huge. There it is, boys. There it is. Right, 1 second. Let me just surround myself. We're going to do that thing I said I wouldn't do. They're under threat. Do their lasers have upgrades? Not really. It's their defensive base. If this goes down, that's huge. If this goes down, they have nothing left. And they are losing lasers. Perfect. Now, I like the people that play on South, but I like it when they're on my team. You know, if they want to play against me, unfortunately, this is what happens. This has been a great team effort. It's certainly not GG. We haven't won this yet, but we're in a position to win as long as everybody keeps doing their job and we keep sending. So, yeah, we keep driving the numbers in. Okay, a couple more worms up here. Perfect. You'd love to see it. Let's grab some more fish. And we'll keep tabs on that. You know, we'll keep tabs on what's happening on the south for sure. Because this will go down. This will fall. And that's a lot of lasers to lose as well, dude. They probably don't have hundreds and hundreds of lasers spare. And, you know, power's holding up. But, like, even losing 5 or 6 every time there's a wave coming in. Yeah, it's kind of big. It's kind of really big, so... They beat us, though, if they manage to get off multiple, like, yellow sends. I'm not entirely convinced they can now. I think the pressure will start happening across the board for them. And that's where they lose the game. Is they don't have enough bodies to cover the front. And they're effectively stretched too thin. Yeah, it's going to be carnage, mate. Now, I want to watch that happen. But at the same time, I'm locked into the win. So... I may suicide back to Spectator Island if it's a guaranteed GG, just so we can watch it happen. But, you know, I'd be doing my team a disservice if I just decide to stop playing. You know, I don't think I'm MVP this game for deaths or kills or whatever. Maybe for deaths, actually. But, yeah. We started together. We should end together, if that makes any sense. As a team, you know. So, what's good is there's also other people streaming, I think. Like Califabot might be streaming. So it would be really interesting to kind of put both streams together side by side and see what the plan and the play was like between, you know, his stream, my stream, maybe Neuro if he's streaming. But yeah, all things considered, it's been... There we go. There it is. And our threat is at 90 now, so we're now dealing with behemoths. And again, this comes back down to needing these slow capsules to keep yourself alive. We're not going to be dealing with positive threat like them for too long. This is a problem, though. We will eventually get thrown out of this playstyle. So now it's about survival. And I'm not entirely convinced that they can survive. You know, we've got a buffer there, and we can keep coming back to this. Like, the reason I'm now moving my way home is if I die to this, the stuff that I have on me, I can pick up very easily. So all just small little tips, small little helpful little bits that should give you an edge. But yeah, if I go down, oh fucking hell, that was like 1 HP. We do have behemoths on the cards now, but they're in positive threat and we are not. And that is the key here, guys. The key here is that entirely. Although I don't want to be aggroing too heavily onto these guys. Oh, damn, I'm going to go down because all I've got is heavy armor. That's fine. Let's kite this out. And it's just about survival now. I really should get in my car, but I'll die setting it up. No, this is fine. So now we have a buffer of 53,000. The south are at positive threat. These guys should now not be aggressive at all. They should just sit around. So until we go up to them and start aggressing onto them, they're not going to be an issue. Our threat will naturally climb, but we can still farm these guys. Trust me, we can still do this. What I'm really interested in is how the south are dealing with this, because I don't think I recover my body from where it went down. So it's a case now of just embrace the incoming pain, right? Nero goes down to a behemoth. Okay. Their lasers are getting upgraded as we go, but yeah, these parts of the map aren't what I'm worried about. It's like out here and like out here, you know, like the edges of the map should, as the threat blows up. Nero dies again. Now 56,000, and that will climb. This will eventually become positive, by the way. That's what, like 15-20 minutes, give or take. And if we can, run them through. And they keep throwing, but that's fine. Like you're not jacking up our threat too much. I know. It's off the back of the yellow send, but I feel like that was all they had. Was the large 1,500 and 800 send. So that's chunked us by about 35,000, and now we're sat now at 50,000. Jimmy's gone down. There it is. I told you, boys. It's not about this area. It's here. It's here, and this is exactly where we want them killing. We want them to take out their yellow signs. This is big. They're taking out production ones in the block as well. Perfect. Right, I'm not stopping. We go all the way to the end, but this is good news for us. Very, very bad news for them. Very bad news for them. And I really want to spectate, guys, but I don't want to lose as well. Oh no, we don't do it. We don't spectate. We play to the end. Have to. Let's build up some of that there heavy armor. Build up a gun, may as well. I mean, it's not going to fucking do anything, but I'm going to 100% need a car as well. Let's go and grab that. Preferred method would be slow capsules. Potentially you could have a laser bank, so you could have a laser set down in an area where you effectively drag the bugs in. That's not a bad way to go, but it's dangerous because if they get on top of your defenses, you're effectively giving them a free hit to your infrastructure. So what you could do potentially is build a box and then, you know, inside of that walled off box, put lasers in. It's tough though, like, you know, the way that this game mode works is eventually you can't be anywhere near the bugs, and we're at that point, and so are the South. However, the South have one defining factor, which is they don't have any defense, and so, like, yeah, there's no way they can keep rebuilding these lasers. They can try their best to defend hard, but there's going to be areas of the map where the behemoths can't, like, look at this, right? You do not want to see that guy right on top of this production line. So the reason why I've been threat farming the whole time is for this exact moment. Is so that we have a buffer that they don't have. And, you know, even if I can't recover my body, it's fine. We've done as much as we can with the time that we were given. And all we've really managed to achieve here, ultimately, is giving our team some space to build with impunity. Let's head over to my body. If I can't grab my stuff, I'm not going to do it. But I also am worried now because new threat farmers and new players are going to try and bring a load of they're going to try and threat farm a little bit, and I believe they're going to try and bring bugs close to our base, and that's something we need to be careful of, right? I don't want to be dealing with that. It's too much. At the same time, we are just going to have to wait and see. Like 11,000 now threat for them. Does my body have bugs near it? Could I grab this, or am I... Did they get kited away? We can do this. The man, the myth, the legend. Alright, that car can stay there for now. Oh no, they're coming in. Leave me alone. I need my car. And I can't kite back too far either. Oh, yeah, say goodbye to the car, lads, because it's never coming back. Alright, if I can quick finger this. Ah, finally. Some respite. Right, so here's what we do. We obviously bring this wave far away. We stack up a load of poison capsules. We throw it slow. And we go from here. Again, this is very fiddly, right? A poorly orchestrated move or maneuver will bring more bugs than I can handle. I don't do this for very long, by the way, guys. I need to tell you that right now. I'm going to preface this with, this will not be something that we do for more than about 15 minutes. I will die doing this. But what we're going to do is take up all the attention of the really dangerous bugs, these guys with green shells, and we're going to force them onto us. Oh, car's auto fuel. Nice. No, it's so low, dude. Holy. I'm going to lose my car. The car's going to go, isn't it? We're going to lose it. Whoa, whoa. Well, mind the rocks, mind the rocks, mind the rocks. Damn, dude. And, you know, if I kill one behemoth doing this, it's totally worth it. It's totally worth. I'm just ashamed that my car is on 1 HP right now. See if I can group them. Not the smartest move. Okay. It's just grim. The thing is, oh yeah, I'm dead. I'm so super duper dead. And you know what? That's fine. I did say we wouldn't be doing this very long. We're dealing with 98% bugs. I'm quite sure that threat farming for us is pretty much over. Do I spectate? Do I watch a little bit? Oh, they're getting smashed. All right, chat, it's on you. It's on you. Do I continue threat farming and play the game out, or do we go to Spectator Island and watch the end of the game? What do you want to do? I'm going to spectate for real quick. Stay. Oh, you stay. Okay, yeah. Fair enough. Stay with the boys. I will quickly though, because there's not much I can do. We'll just scan across real quick. We'll do a bit of a takeover of what's going on. Their lasers are still at that plus 38 upgrade. The defensive base is currently being overrun. I saw somewhere in the outpost base that there were some bugs tearing through in and around this area. So this base has been hit and will continue to be hit. This base, it remains untouched. Oh, no. Oh, dear. This base. It's got some problems. Teomarx is a strong player, but that's a lot of behemoths. Now, is there anything else I can take a look at? Obviously, the front line is going to be very messy for them. They have Neuro up here. They have Enkling as well, trying their best to kite the bugs away. Unfortunately, though, if Neuro dies here, all of these bugs will begin to aggress down the map. And let's take a look at... here we go. Yeah, this is really strong production block for them. So Neuro goes down again, as we said. The bugs are still aggressive at 10k amount for them. The laser's doing decent amount of damage, but they're still losing stuff here. They're still losing LDS production. They're losing lasers as well. And this is certainly a pain in the arse for them. How close are they moving into the main base? Okay, this is decimated. This is just gone. Now, they're still sending yellow to us. And we are we're closing in on the same percentage as them. But that buffer remains. And I will get back to it. I will get back to my buffer. Oh, damn. That is deep. And that's for rocket fuel, right? They did, yes. Yeah, they repaired real quick. Again, these are very good players, so when stuff goes down, they'll be able to bounce it back. But yeah, dude, that's a behemoth wave that is uncomfortably close to Silo. How did he sneak in? Where's he? He just needs to find a way to the silo, right? Are the lasers strong enough? He's getting danced around a little bit here because he's too big. He can't go through this stuff. But this massive health bar on top of it. Oh, damn, dude. We're still at minus 30k. I will go back to threat farming, but I feel like this is huge, right? Because for every one of them, there's a few of these, right? How did he get here? All right, the lasers are strong enough at the site. All right, yeah, I need to get moving. This isn't over at all. This isn't over. Like, we're at minus 40k threat. We were minus 50k a while ago. Do I even attempt to get my body back? Jimmy, Clutch, and Califer all go down. Oh, damn, dude. They've ripped through. That's 3 of them. As well as Bugs moving. It's got to be game. It has to be game. I'm going for my body. I'm playing this as if we're about to lose. Alright. I'm playing this as if we're about to lose. I'm moving towards my body. I want to pick my items up, but that's massive. They're at a point now where these bugs are far too strong. Has to be game, right? Has to be game. Like, yes, these lasers will do a job. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, Jackson. Get those points, man. Get those points. I didn't see lots of southern betters here. And I don't want to gloat because it's been a good game from everyone. Like, you've seen my POV, but there's been some great efforts across the board from all of my team here. From the guys from the farthest west to the farthest east, everybody's had an impact on this win. But this is certainly not a position which I am unhappy with. Another group come in. I will keep checking in. We're going for the body. The body has lots of stuff on it, and I'll try and get that stuff back. Ace Frog has gone down. He's one of our threat farmers, but that's okay because that's just natural. Pipes goes down again. They're so close. They're on the silo. Silo's taking damage. And again, it's fine. Like these guys will get killed off, but it's like what's behind it and what you're losing, right? You know, there's going to be no more research. You got to bet on the underdogs, of course. It's been quantity over quality. Really well played, everyone. Their science is down. The behemoths are storming the main smelting lines. And again, these players won't give up, but they are now stagnant. No more research will come in for their lasers. The silo is taking damage, and although they have a few, over time, with the pressure coming in, all across the map, by the way, this will be felt, you know, in this area too, in Clutch's zone. You know, the biters persist. It's been a good game. It's been a really good game. And well led as well. Like I know, oh, okay, King of Gugus, you've got an AI winning song. I like it. I've got time for these AI songs. They're pretty good. So I'll link that in chat, and we'll play it, obviously, for the winners. Revenge, same teams. Nah, let's do a normal drought. Let's do a normal game after this. A normal captain's game. Nura's 52 versus 30. And we've kept our numbers high as well, guys. We've kept our numbers high. Bosses are tearing through here. They're going to start running out of momentum as well, the enemy team, because it comes to a point where it's inevitable. It's just inevitable. We still have a buffer of 33,000, even though threat farming now, and I should be threat farming right now, by the way. I just want to kind of capture the action. Oh, also ignore the Honkai Star Rail stuff. Like, if we've got anybody that plays that game, I'm currently sponsored by them, and I will be doing some sponsored streams. And if you click on my link, you can get extra items in game and stuff. And if you sign up, I get some more money, etc. But that's not for today. Like, I'm not trying to sell that. Also, if we have anybody that plays that game that can give me some advice on how to be good, I'd massively appreciate it, because I am not at all the best Honkai Star Rail player that ever existed. And as we can see now, Behemoth waves, I mean, they're getting ticked down by the poison capsules for sure, but I think it's just too much. And we continue. Let's take a real quick look at the science that's been sent. Damn, I didn't realize we had access to this in-game. They've made 5,000 yellow and sent it. We've made 10,000 purple and sent 9. Step 1, uninstall. I know. I've got 30 days to show the game off. And I like the combat, but yeah. Automation yeah, dude. I've got some of that in the works as well. Space Age is going to happen. And I was going to do some kind of theory crafting where I get into the lab. So I'm gonna get onto like a random neutral map and just try out some builds and time myself. Basically like speed run a couple of builds. I've got some outpost ideas which include a defensive element. So effectively like an outpost like out here for instance that makes use of mix patches and has like a defensive element built in. So it's not all about just having research in science and stuff. Okay, so they've stuck some walls around the silo. They're stalling, to be fair. I need to grab my body before it times out, so let me do that real quick. But, yeah, I'm going to start playing kind of... Well, I miss those kind of games though, right? Like Final Fantasy style games. So I'm probably going to start a run of Final Fantasy 7, but not the remake, the new one. The old one, sorry. Right, 100 meters away. Got people calling GG here. I'm inclined to agree. What a game. The plebs take it. The 16 captains of the Biter Battles Masters Tournament, unfortunately, have been beaten by the Horde. GG everyone. Firstly, if you were playing the game in chat, well done. Well done. A kind of very close game actually. 109 for us, 112 for them. Very strong. I got the most deaths. Oh damn, dude. I'll take it. I'll take it all day long. You know, I wasn't planning on being just a defender. The goal was to bounce around, but it just seems like that buffer really helped us out. Oh, so the way that it works, Iron Fist, is if I get people that want to sign up and play the game, then I get a little bit of extra money. If you want to, if you DM me, I don't talk openly about that stuff on Discord, but we're talking about the kind of money that can pay bills. So the kind of money that I make streaming at the moment is like beer and pizza money, you know, kind of like pocket money. But the money I can make doing sponsored content is like I can pay my electricity bill, I can pay my mortgage with this money. I haven't sold out. I'm not like, yeah, I can have an opinion on the game. I don't have to say it's amazing if I don't like it. But I run the campaign for 30 days. And then I make money off of people that want to sign up as well. So I've got some friends who want to sign up and try the game. And if you get to like if you do the tutorial and get through that, I earn a certain amount of money. And if you go deep into the game, I earn a certain amount of money off the back of that. Or if you just use my code, I earn some money too. So it all adds up, but I do appreciate that nobody's here for that. So I'm not going to try and sell it. But if it's a game that you like the look of, by using my code, you get extra stuff added in. But yeah, DM me in Discord, mate. I'll be on the Biter Battles Discord and I can go into more detail about the numbers and stuff. It's good money, mate. It's not bad. And genuinely speaking, I am actually enjoying the game. Genuine. I've played it 3 times, sorry, on stream, and once to set it up. And it was fun. I enjoyed it. I'm still very confused as to what's going on, and I'm not very good at the game. Like, there's lots of mechanics and stuff. But it's nice, you know. The channel has grown to a point where I can start getting, like, Manscaped sponsorships and, you know, those kind of things. But I get to choose, which is great. And thank you, you know. I promise you this. I'm not going to sell a product I don't believe in, and I'm not going to be sponsored by a game that's terrible or crap or trash. I promise you that. I also don't expect people to tune in for that. There'll be a whole different audience that come in for, you know, the games that I promote. But the Factorio will always be the key part of this stream, the cornerstone of everything. Oh, damn. That being said, what a game. What a game. Let me resolve really quickly the predictions because, yeah, the North took it. I'm not surprised, but many people would be. And what I'm probably going to do is take a break and come back and either play the next game or potentially I might get some Space Age gone because we need to keep going. We're at Kleber at the moment. And I need to push beyond Gleba, basically. So, right. Manage the predictions. The plebs won it. Unfortunately, somebody's lost 4,000 pot noodles. Alright, the prediction has been completed. Oh, yeah, sorry. And I also have an AI song to play. So let's play that now. King of Goo seems to be like the AI maestro. So I'll put a link to the song in chat and I'll play the song as well. So just in case it doesn't come through very, very strongly. The Fall of the Captains. I like these names, dude. These names are good. Alright, guys. Firstly, let me link this into OBS real quick. Very rich in more ways than one. So yeah, guys, feel free to stick around. I'm going to take a break to have some food, but I'll be either playing the next Captain's game, you know, after maybe I missed the opening 10-15 minutes, or we're going to load up some Space Age and keep pushing on the Space Age run for a couple of hours. So I'm going to come back. In the meantime, I will play this AI-generated song. I just need to know if it's going to come through. All right, you guys can hear this, right? Oh damn, there's a breakdown as well. And a final chorus. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I like this. Very nice. I like it. I mean, it's cheesy, but it's good. And I love the fact that we've got people making some content beyond the content. So yeah, no, I appreciate it, mate. Right, guys, for now, just for this one stream, I'm going to come offline to make some food, but I will stream again tonight, and I'm going to just basically flip a coin and we're either going to play some Space Age, or I'll just jump into the game that will be played here. That will be another captain's game, I guess. So yeah, firstly, if you played and you're a teammate, well played everyone. Thank you for the win. It was always on. I said it whilst we were picking teams. It's GG easy. Just enjoy the ride. If you're on the south, don't worry about it, mate. It happens, you know. When I say this tongue-in-cheek, I mean it, guys. If you play against me, there's a very strong chance you're going to lose, and that's fine. I didn't turn out to be the #1 player in the server by being bad. I just threat farm because it's easy. But well done, everyone that took part. We had some huge numbers that game. And for anybody that wants a bit more of this stream, I'll be streaming again in about an hour's time. So I hope to see you there. If not, I hope you guys have a good weekend. I will definitely also be streaming tomorrow, and that will be Space Age 100%. So Space Age will definitely happen tomorrow, and it will most likely happen tonight as well. But if it looks like a good captain's game, I might just dive in after the first 25-30 minutes of it starting. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. Thank you for joining me again. I'll see you soon. See you in a bit. Bye.